With a major selection of the looks your kiddos love starting at just $4 in the Walmart app, a new school year means a stylish new them. Who knew? Find skater skirts and Crocs that say, I'm casual but cool. Sparkly sneakers that say, it's my classroom, you're just learning in it. And preppy polos that say, I'm the teacher's pet, even if they're mommy's menace at home. Find their favorite styles starting at just $4 in the app. The Walmart you thought you knew is now new.
Gatorade is the #1 proven electrolyte blend designed to hydrate better than water. So you can lose more sweat and raise your game. Gatorade, is it in you?
War Eagle, and welcome to another episode of Ever to Podcast. This is our regular audio show where we want to catch you up on the latest Auburn news, topics, discussions, scuttlebutt that's happened out and about when you're being a part of the Auburn family, seeing on social media, all within the Auburn experience, which is all about Auburn sports, Auburn culture, Auburn family stuff. Say it with me. If it's orange and blue, it's what we do. So thank you so much for joining us in what we're going to be doing on episode 62 of Ever to Podcast. Today's date is September 4th, 2025, and I'm your host as always, Kyle Loomis. Today's episode, we're going to get you ready for the weekend with what you need to be watching for, things that you need to be aware of, and there is a lot. We're going to cover those last bits of prep for Auburn versus Ball State, talk about a couple of different things within the baseball spectrum, Auburn baseball pros and otherwise, and a few other things that we're going to hit throughout the stream. As always, time provided. Let's get into it right now. As always, I want to remind you that the Thursday show tends to be our last one of the week for Ever to Podcast. However, we always reserve the right if we feel that you need to be aware of something that we might pop in here. So you always want to be looking on your feed, checking it out to make sure a surprise episode has not popped in for you. But today, let's get you ready for the Auburn weekend that is at hand. First of all, let's start with the big things, the sports things that you need to be aware of. Obviously, more than football going on this weekend, but that is just enough in and of itself. We've got volleyball versus Jackson State on Friday afternoon. Show up, show out, let these ladies know that you're there to support them as well. Saturday, night game, Ball State, first time in Jordan-Hare this season. Oh, it's going to be glorious. So many things happening with that weekend already. And then on Sunday at 1 p.m., you've got soccer taking on Florida Gulf Coast. We plan to be there as well right now, so we hope to see some of you at all these different places hanging out with us and supporting all the different Auburn programs that are in action this weekend on the Plains. Let me keep you in the loop about some other things about this weekend that you could take part in. Keep in mind, we are talking about these as we're aware of them currently. Some of these schedules could change and things like that. My understanding is that the Auburn and Opelika tourism group is going to be putting on their usual Come Home to the Corner event at Toomer's Corner. Usually that's around like 4 or something like that, but just look on their websites or their social media. They should be posting about it if that is still on. It's usually a ribbon cutting with Aubie, the cheerleaders, the dance team, and several other people as well. We're going to try to make an appearance there too. Supposedly, Aubie is going to be making an appearance this season at his statue right outside the Melton Student Center, I believe starting at 5 o'clock. Again, these are all times that we're putting together ourselves here, kind of on the fly as we're getting the information. So that's another opportunity for you to meet Aubie potentially. Keep in mind about the Auburn Raptor Center, most home games, they're going to be doing the football, fans, and feathers. I think it's mixed up a little bit there, but their bird show that they do at the Auburn Raptor Center, that you can go and support them for a small ticket fee to get in. Go check it out if you can. So those are just some of the things that you can get involved this weekend. There is much more, and I would highly recommend that if you're coming to town, get ready to have a great Auburn weekend. Let's catch you up on the last bit of football prep for the game at hand. Obviously, we have got Auburn versus Ball State. We've been talking about it all week. It's not really a mystery about what should be happening in this game. Auburn hopefully putting Ball State away early, and that's a big hope. Obviously, it's not a guarantee, but we've seen things go bad before. I don't really get the sense that's going to happen here. We've actually had conversation with some Ball State guys. I hope you had an opportunity to check out our conversation with them, hearing their perspective about their team from the guys at Ball State of the Union. I also appeared on their show, Ball State of the Union, their YouTube show, giving them our perspective of the matchup as well. So make sure you check out both places so you can get information about both teams and be better informed about the matchup. We're also doing a preview and prediction show tonight. If you'd like to join us on YouTube, more about that in just a little bit. And then we got to hear from Coach Hugh Freeze as well about the matchup and what he's been talking about on the SEC teleconference. You can go back and look through our X account, Twitter account, if you still call it that, and see all the notes from that SEC teleconference. The biggest takeaway from me, and I think y'all saw most people posting about it yesterday, we got a little bit of clarity about Champ Anthony and his injury. If you're not aware, Champ Anthony broke his thumb in the Baylor game, which is very unfortunate because he had that horrific leg injury last season early in the year, which knocked him out for the rest of the year. So he just can't catch a break. The procedure went well, according to Coach. At this time, they are hoping that he will be back maybe in 2 weeks playing in a cast. So that doesn't mean completely healed, but the ability to potentially play in a cast at that safety position. So we'll be looking eagerly to see if that happens. Of course, we want what's best for him, but it is good news that we expect him at this current time to be back this year. That's 2 broken thumbs this year in practice and and now in a game. It seems to be the theme. I hope it doesn't continue the rest of the year. Supposedly we might hear from Hugh Freeze later today after practice. I'm not sure on when that's coming out exactly, so I don't really have anything for you on that. But I don't think there's really much else to add to this matchup other than Auburn needs to come in here, take care of business, and get a lot of guys the reps that they need. And I would highly stress for fans, once again, just like last week, don't take any big overarching statements or worries or opinions or lofty goals based off of just one game, and especially these next 2 games, but that it is important to go out and support, and certainly we're excited to see all the different faces that we're going to see. Just a couple more notes for you for the football experience that you're going to have this weekend, and I do mean weekend because it is a lot going on this weekend. I've had this question asked a lot by several people. So if you've probably seen it by now, they made a post this morning, what to wear. This is a wear what you want game. If you want to wear navy, if you want to wear orange, if you want to wear white, if you want to wear whatever, it's wear what you want, fans' choice. There is a calendar on the actual schedule on the app online if you want to see that. They also made a graphic of it back in the spring, so you can go ahead and plan accordingly. This is your choice, though. If you are trying to coordinate with the rest of the fans, there is no coordination. Just wear what you want, bring your Auburn pride, and be excited on that game evening. And we got a cool thing. I'm not going to have time to go through all of these in this particular episode, but I do want to spend some time pointing some things out because it is the first game at home, and first time for us to experience Jordan Hare and all that they have been working on. You hear us a lot talk about Rhett Hobart and his team that do the external affairs, the fan experience side of things, and all they've been doing to prep for us for this football season. There's an article put out by them I would highly recommend you go check out. First and foremost, the North End Zone video board that we've been chronicling the construction of. Go check out our videos of all of that if you're interested in seeing the kind of progression of that. It is ready to go, ready to roll. There's going to be that new Musico lighting and laser system we talked about on the Auburn Experience podcast. They're going to have that first down line marker appearing on the screens to help fans know exactly how close to the first down you are. Expanded pyrotechnic and fire effects. What does this mean? Probably more so than you're used to, but especially they're going to be on the new End Zone video board. They have confirmed that officially here, and that is awesome to hear. Expanded concessions. If you're a War Eagle Plus member, you can get a slight discount on some concessions there. That's something that's really cool to do. Expanded concourses, especially in the North End Zone. Expanded offerings in terms of all those things. They've expanded the new gate entries as well. I'm intrigued to see that, pushing that out to help with the congestion and flow of everybody here. There's new experiences in terms of the 984 Club over at Plainsman Park. You can tailgate in Plainsman Park in those club seating areas. There's a couple options there. Sorry for that cough there. And plenty of other things to enhance your weekend and game day experience, folks. Go check out the full list there if you haven't. It is going to be a great Auburn weekend on the Plains. We are going to be there to chronicle it all for you as well. All right, some other things here to catch up on. Baseball news that I want to keep you informed in. Most of you have heard the news. We talked about it on the main podcast. Savannah Bananas is coming in October to play at Auburn. More details coming up about that. The All-Stars for them will play Auburn's actual team for fall ball, playing by Banana Ball rules. One of Auburn's own, Caden Green, has the potential to be on this team, but he has to be voted in. So Auburn fans need to do what they do best and get over there and vote Caden Green onto that All-Star team so he can play against his former team, which would be really cool to see. And then a really good feel-good story here. Casey Mize, you'll know the name, number 1 overall pick in the MLB draft several years back, and had a lot of expectations, and he lived up to him here at Auburn, living and trying to live up to him at the MLB. He has had a rough go of it when he arrived with injuries and things just kind of keeping him from getting his momentum going. And finally, Casey Mize is getting it going with the Detroit Tigers. Not only did he get into the All-Star team this year for the AL, he also now has gotten to his 13th win. He is having an outstanding season, and it is great to see Casey Mize living up to that potential that I know he feels the pressure to, but also just doing what we know he's capable of, being an outstanding pitcher and another Auburn pedigree of pitchers under Coach Butch Thompson coming through his system. Some final notes here. Want to give a shout out to volleyball, who won their first home match against Troy. Obviously, another opportunity to view them this weekend, and if you haven't, you need to go check out those championship rings, or Final Four rings, I should say. Still a championship, regional championship. From Auburn basketball, they're going to be honoring them at the game this weekend. You can see it for yourself. It's got the Call God logo, or the slogan on it. It's got the number 1 seed, honoring that. And, of course, it's mainly about the Final Four team. What an awesome way to honor them. What an awesome weekend, folks. Are we excited? Come on. This is awesome. We are back on the plains, the loveliest village on the plains, back home in Auburn, Alabama this weekend. And I'm excited. I hope you are too. Final reminders for you. Would love to see you on our preview and prediction show tonight. If you're listening to this on the Thursday release of this, that's at 8 p.m. Eastern time. It's always a fun interactive show. Next up for you, we're going to be broadcasting live Tiger Walk, assuming that everything works out there with connections and things like that. We'll also have a post-game show very late from the mobile broadcast studio, a.k.a. Kyle's car, after the game, very late, after probably and hopefully celebrating at Toomer's Corner. And then we will also have the Auburn Experience on Sunday at 9 Eastern time, episode 141. We've got so much for you to keep up with us this week and so much content. I hope you guys are ready for all of this, and be sure to follow us on social media. Until we talk to you again, get ready, folks. We're going home to Auburn. War Eagle.